Hey everyone, welcome to the 3 by the Sea Designs YouTube channel. My name is Kim and this podcast is all about 3 by the Sea Designs, which is a shop that I have with my mom Dreama and my sister Becky, and we make and sell things for knitters and crocheters like hand-dyed yarn, project bags, stitch markers, notions, things like that. And this channel, the podcast is about our shop and things we're working on, if I've finished any objects or what I'm knitting or crocheting, and just 3 by the Sea Designs news, life, general updates. So I am going to show you some things that we're adding to the shop this weekend. And then I have a couple of new projects that I've started that I wanted to share with you, as well as a couple of things I have finished also. So today's Thursday, February 12th. It's been almost a month since I've recorded because of our fiber festival that we had in January. And that was a lot of fun. I will talk a little bit more about that later. But we had our very first ever annual, well, it's going to be annual because we're doing it again next year, but it was the Sunkissed Fiber Festival. It was about 20 minutes from where we live, which was really, really nice, and we were blown away by the response to it. But again, I'll talk about details of that later. I'll add in some footage later. So we were busy doing the festival and shop updates, and then this week I got sick. I have not felt good since Sunday, but I finally had the strength to record an episode because I wanted to show you guys what we're adding to the shop on Saturday this weekend, which is the 14th, Valentine's Day. So, but yeah, it's been a week. It's not COVID and it's not the flu, thank God. It's just a little bug, and I finally feel better now. But it's taken a toll on my body for sure. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I want to show you some current things we have in the shop because we've added we took Love Story to the show and we had a little bit left over. So we've added that into the shop. So if you did not get Love Story, now is your chance to get it. It is currently in the shop now. I'll put a link to our shop down below in the description box. It's on Etsy. So let me show you the bases that we have available. We have it on sock sets as well as singles in Sanibel, which is our fingering weight, and Destin, which is our DK weight. A lot of you have been buying this DK sock set with the 2 red minis. It's so pretty. So we have those, and we have it on Surrey. We have it on MCN, which is our Coquina. And I think we have a few left, not much of it on our Amelia Stellina base. We also have some Love Story minis left. I'm not sure if they're still available on our Destin or like our DK or our Amelia base, but I know we have some on our Stellina. I can't talk today. My brain. On our Sanibel base, which is our fingering weight. This is our Love Story minis fade set. It actually fades like this kind of from dark to light. I want to make something with this so badly, like a stripy, I don't even know, maybe a hat would be so cute. I've been into hats. I'm making one right now, actually. I'll show it to you in just a few minutes. We also had Ruby, so Ruby's been very popular. We added more Ruby because we had some left over from the show also. It's a beautiful, rich red. It goes perfectly with Love Story. And I'm not sure again of the bases that we have it on, but I know that I have these two in my hand. So I know we have some of Amelia. Look at that sparkle. And Sanibel. All of the bases that I talk about when I talk about Amelia or Destin, those are the names of our bases. We name them after cities or beaches in Florida. And in the description box down below, I list out the bases and their content. So I may not always talk about their content on here, but just go down in the description box if you're curious what each one is. We have white sands. We added more white sands into the shop. This goes good with all of these. So with Ruby, it actually goes really great with our minis. It goes really good with Love Story as well. Our new Sealed with a Kiss colorway did sell out. That's the speckled one, but we'll bring that back next year. Or, I don't know, maybe before then. Not sure. It's a great colorway though. All right, so that's what we have in the shop now. Look at it on the St. Augustine with the fluff. That would look really pretty together. So some of these that I'm about to show you will definitely go with Love Story, like all of the stuff that I just showed you. But I want to first show you our well, it's not brand new. We have a brand new tonal and we're bringing back a colorway as well. So let's see, a couple of years ago, we came out with a colorway called Memories of Paris, and it was inspired by Paris. And there was a picture. I'll put the picture up if I can find it here. I'm pretty sure I have it. That inspired this colorway. I think we came out with it around Valentine's Day one year. And I don't know if we've done it. It's probably been a couple of years since we've done it. So let me show you our Memories of Paris colorway. Let me take the band off. Here is Memories of Paris. It's such a beautiful colorway. There's obviously lots of pinks going on in here, a couple different pinks actually. There are some cream colors, some mushroom color, some peach. There's some beautiful peaches in here, speckles of pink. It's so beautiful. We've got a sock set that has a pink and a coffee colored mini. We actually named these, oh, it's not on the label, but this was Cafe au Lait, and this, I don't remember what we called that pink. We used to name all of our minis, but we didn't name them. We don't name them usually, unless they're a tonal that we have. This might have been Berry Kiss or a shade of Berry Kiss, but look at those beautiful mini colors. So that is Memories of Paris. We will have it on all the bases. Destin, Sanibel. This is Sanibel. This is Destin. DK. Coquina, which always looks fabulous on our MCN base, and the Surrey. And of course our Amelia Stellina single or sock sets. So that is Memories of Paris. We have a new tonal that we are coming out with as well, and it is called Peachy Keen. If you watched Vlogmas, you will have seen me dyeing this gorgeous colorway. And I didn't tell you at the time what it was. I just told you it was coming early next year. So this is Peachy Keen. Let me get you all the bases on Sanibel, Destin. This is on our Surrey. Look how beautiful it is on Surrey. It's so pretty. It's like a, it's definitely peach, but it has pink undertones to it. So it's more like a pinky peach. And let me find the coquina. It's gorgeous on coquina. There we go. So that is Peachy Keen. It looks so pretty with Memories of Paris. I have swatches to show you of these. I don't think I wove in the ends for Memories of Paris. I did not, but that's okay. This is the swatch for Memories of Paris. As you can see, it's very subtle. It's hard to see the variation in it on camera, but see, there you go. You can see some of it. And then here is Peachy Keen. I'm showing it backwards. So pretty. So those are the two new ones. And we thought it would be nice because originally I want to say maybe we brought out Weathered Wood with Memories of Paris a while back. So we have some Weathered Wood, which is a beautiful tonal. It goes really nicely with all of these. Let me show you. So this is Weathered Wood. It's a beautiful grayish brown, well, really brownish gray tonal. Sorry, I'm not focusing. And it has some gray, silver gray speckles in it, as you can probably see. It's a beautiful neutral, and it goes so pretty with Peachy Keen and Memories of Paris. These two look beautiful together. Or with Peachy Keen. It's like color but neutral at the same time. Like all of this together reads very neutral, but a nice pop of color in there without being like too crazy. Okay, so Weathered Wood will also go with a colorway that we're bringing, which is Chocolate Raspberry Truffle. We had taken this also to our festival, and so we're going to add in Chocolate Raspberry Truffle to the shop, and look how beautiful that looks with Weathered Wood. So here is Chocolate Raspberry Truffle. We've had this in the shop quite a few times, and it is a beautiful brown and pink and almost a little bit purpley in there. It's like a magenta pink. It's gorgeous. It knits up beautifully. Here is the swatch of Chocolate Raspberry Truffle. So you can see lots of pink speckles in there, some darker, more like magenta speckles with lots of dark chocolate brown colors as well. So that is Chocolate Raspberry Truffle. And like I said, it looks really, really pretty with Weathered Wood. Here it is with Memories of Paris. And I actually really love it with Love Story. Here it is next to Love Story. All of these together, brown and pink, look really pretty together. All of that together. This is Ruby, Chocolate Raspberry Truffle, Love Story, and Weathered Wood. You could actually even put white sands in there with that. That looks really pretty, like a box of chocolates. There's Memories of Paris in there too. I love this color combination. I think that's so pretty. That's Weathered Wood and Peachy Keen. Look at this combination. This is pretty too. Let me try that there. White sands, Weathered Wood, and Peachy Keen. There's a lot of different color combinations we can do here. So that's everything that will be in the shop on Saturday. What's in there now is Love Story, and then the rest of everything that I showed you is going to be added on Saturday. So Memories of Paris, Peachy Keen, Weathered Wood, Chocolate Raspberry Truffle. Those 4 colorways will be added into the shop. Here's a swatch of Love Story I forgot to show, just so you know what it looks like. And I made these socks out of our Love Story sock set. This is the Cozy Sweater Socks pattern from Leah Gibson, and I used our sock set. So we are also adding more of our bokeh base, which is our fingering weight linen bamboo blend. It's such a unique base. This was our coastal colorway that we had, I think one of our very first ones that we came out with. So we're bringing back coastal, which is a beautiful like aqua blue. This base is, let me pull up the specs. It's a 70% bamboo, 30% linen. The full skein is 100 grams and it's 437 yards, so fingering weight. It is perfect for summer tees or spring tees. I made my mom made a wrap out of it, and of course I forgot to get it from her. And I also made the bamboo, I think it was called bamboo wedding shawl out of this. I think it was called. I'll talk about this in just a moment. But let me show you the colors that we're going to be adding. So the returning colors are coastal and dragon fruit, like a brighter pink color. These are the 2 that we've had in the shop before. And then 3 new colors that we have. And we have, well, this one is going to be called Sugar Plum because this is the same dye color that we dyed Sugar Plum, our tonal, which obviously on regular wool yarn it comes out much darker, but it's very, very pretty, very purpley. Let me show it to you compared to dragon fruit. This is dragon fruit and this is sugar plum. And then the other 2 that we're coming out with have not been named yet. This is I tried to go for like, at the time when we were dyeing them, I wanted to do like pinks and purples, which is why I did the dragon fruit and the sugar plum. And then I wanted to bring back coastal, which was the blue color because that one was really popular. And then this one I was going for like a golden brown color, which I definitely think it's very golden looking. But definitely not the darker brown that I was wanting. But it was a very pleasant surprise because it's so nice and neutral and light. So we haven't named this one yet, but it'll be something in the golden brown realm. And then this beautiful color is the last one, and it is I was actually going for a black, or at least a darker gray colorway. And because these dyes are you dye these completely differently, because they are they're plant-based fibers with the linen and the bamboo, and so you dye them completely different than you do animal-based fibers like wool or alpaca. And you don't even use heat for these. They don't need heat to adhere. You use a different dye than you use for like, you don't even have to use an acid-based dye that you do for animal fibers. And so the whole process is completely different. So it's almost like a what are you gonna get type of thing with these. But it's beautiful. It's almost like a steel blue, like a, Becky said it looked like almost like a French blue, which I thought was a very good description of it. It's gorgeous. So that will be the other color that we're bringing. We haven't named this one yet either, but let me show you all of them together. So we have these two that are not named yet. And then we have Sugar Plum. We have Coastal. And we have Dragon Fruit. Those are our 5 colors. We had another pink that, I don't know, maybe we will add it in. I gotta talk to Becky and see what we think about that, but it looks very similar to Rose Gold, which is one we had before. I need to put them side by side to compare them, because it's back here. It's very similar to Rose Gold, but it's more like a mauve-y, like a mauve color. So I don't know, you guys tell me what you think. This is the one that we weren't sure if we were gonna add, because it looks very similar to one that we have already in the shop called Rose Gold. But I don't know. I need to compare them side by side and see. But if you guys think that we should add these, let me know. Let me show them to you compared to the other 2 pinky ones that we have. So this is the mauve color. To me that looks very mauve, like a light mauve. And then Dragon Fruit is here in the middle, and then Sugar Plum is here on this side. They're very similar. They'd actually be really pretty all together. So we're not sure about this one yet. And then the very last thing was actually a one that's going to be considered a salty skein. So when we were dyeing Sealed with a Kiss, remember I told you guys that, I think I talked about it on the podcast, that sometimes dyeing speckled yarn on a stellina base where you can't really use citric acid is very difficult. And I was experimenting with dyeing Sealed with a Kiss on our Amelia base, and the pink colors just spread way too much and it completely covered the yarn. Now, is it adorable? Yes, it is, but it doesn't look like Sealed with a Kiss, which is why we didn't sell it as Sealed with a Kiss. So we will have some salty, we're just going to call them salties. This was supposed to be Sealed with a Kiss, but as you can see, it didn't turn out quite that way. But this is going to be a salty sock set, and we will also have it on the as a single skein as well on our Amelia base. So those will be in the shop on Saturday as well. It's really, really cute. I actually really love the way it turned out. It's got lots of deep purples and reds and then that pink background. But it just doesn't look like Sealed with a Kiss at all. I want to experiment again with it and see if I can get it to do the speckles. It's very difficult to get speckles, like pinprick speckles, on this kind of a base because you can't use citric acid. So I've found that in my experience anyway. Oh, I was gonna show you this shawl or wrap, whatever I made. I actually wore this to the festival, and it was so nice because it was so light, and and I just had it like over my shoulders. So okay, so let me back up. This is the bamboo wedding shawl that I made a few months ago. And it's a free pattern from, I think, from Pearl Soho. I'll link it down below. And basically it's a rectangular, it's supposed to be a rectangular wrap type thing. And I used our Boca base. I used 2 skeins of our Boca base. But what I wanted, instead of wrapping it like this, which, whoops, instead of it being a wrap like this, which you can still do this the way I did it, I modified it in the sense that I didn't leave it as a long rectangular wrap. What I did was I took the short end of it and I seamed up about 2 inches or so. So I folded it in half like this and I seamed here. Just did like a mattress stitch or whatever. And I did that on both sides. So I folded it in half. I folded it in half that way. And then I went down to the other end and I just used the ends that I had to weave in. I just used those. So, and then I stitched this side as well. But I left an opening for an armhole. So let me show you what it looks like. So instead of it being a full wrap, it's more like a little covering type thing. And it has a sleeve now, like that. Originally I didn't intend for it to be this, but after I finished it, I thought it would be really cute to just turn it into sleeves and have it like a little cover. And I wore it the whole day at the show, and it was so nice because it's really light and really soft. It's perfect for Florida. You could do this with any wrap too, any rectangular wrap. You just seam the sides together to make a sleeve, and there you go. You have a pretty wrap, or a pretty, I don't know what you would call it, not a poncho, but like a, I don't know. That was just what I decided to do with it. Actually, really, I'm very happy with it because it still covers your shoulders and your arms. Like, it goes down to my elbow. And I only used 2 skeins for this. So I think the original pattern might call for a little over 2 because the one in the pattern is longer, a little bit longer, maybe like 6 inches or 6 or 8 inches longer. But I was happy with the length, and I'm really happy that I made it as long as I did, because it's perfect like as a short sleeve type thing. So that is my bamboo wedding shawl. All right, I think that's it for things shop related. I do have a few things to share with you. I'm going to show you the finished objects first, and then I'll show you my things that I've been working on. All right, I finished a pair of socks. These, this yarn was our Christmas Time Is Here colorway that we had back in the Christmas season. And it was a Charlie Brown Christmas inspired colorway. Such fun colors in those. I'm pretty sure this is sold out. We may have some on our Surrey base, but I'm pretty sure all the other bases are sold out. But this was a really fun colorway to knit with because of all the different bright colors in here. The camera, I don't think, does it justice, all these bright colors. I just made a shorty vanilla sock. I followed Kay Jones' heel tutorial and her toe tutorial. So this is the butterfly heel and the umbrella toe that she has in a lot of her sock patterns. I think I did 64 stitches. So that's those. They're so cute. I love the way they turned out. All right, my next finished object is the hot water bottle cover that I have been showing you. Isn't it so pretty? I love it. This is the Flickering Flames hot water bottle cover pattern from Laura Penrose. And this is what the pattern looks like. That's her name. And it's a cable pattern. Very simple to do. I was very intimidated by it at first, but once I got the hang of it, it was no problem at all. And I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I made this for Olivia. I think she's gonna really love it. I bought the hot water bottle on Amazon, and I didn't even block it. I just put it on the bottle, and I'm gonna fill it up with hot water, and I think that will just help ease the stitches even more. But you can really see them once you put it on the bottle. It really kind of shows those cables. There in the light, looks so pretty. The yarn that I used, it's a DK weight yarn. It's from a chick that knits. Hand-dyed yarns. On her Donegal tweed base, and it's the colorway Plumeria. It's a 85 superwash merino, 15% Donegal neps. DK weight. And I had some left over. I don't remember exactly how much I used, but not even the full skein of it. So if you have a skein of DK and you're like, what should I do with it? This is a perfect project and gift. I can't wait to give this to her. I think I'm going to give it to her for Valentine's Day. It was supposed to be a Christmas present, but did not happen. You make the neck of it in like a ribbing, and then you just fold it over like so. You start from the bottom and work your way up. I've made several of her hot water bottles. She has a color work one that's like a snowflake pattern that I'm thinking I might want to make. But I've done several of hers. I did the Maxine hot water bottle cover. I test knit one for her that was like a fall one. That one was really fun. And then I've done this one. I love these. You can put hot or cold water in them, and they're lovely. And they make a great gift. So that was my other finished object. I have two whips to show you, and they're both new. I posted a picture of these on Instagram. This is my project bag that I have this pair of socks in. My mom made this project bag several years ago. Being knit together in love. I love that. This is one of my favorites. we don't make this size. I think this was either like a prototype or she was just, I don't know, but she put a pocket on the front, like this panel is a pocket. But anyway, I'm making the what are they called? Reflected Love Socks. I'm sorry. This is a Valentine Valentine's Day knit along with the Bakery Bears with our Patreon group. And it's for Valinvent is what we call it. Or Kay Jones calls it the Valinvent. And it's just a February knit along where we make these socks. She comes out with a different sock pattern every year. This is my first year participating and I'm so excited. So she came out with a pattern where there is some color work. You can use a self-striping colorway if you wanted to. There's lots of different options that you could do with it. This is a Patreon exclusive pattern, so you cannot purchase it. You have to be a Patreon member, and it's well worth it. So definitely go and support them if you can by being a Patreon member. They offer so many different content and just amazing videos. So definitely worth being a Patreon member. Okay, so I am not a big fan of color work, especially on socks. And I don't mean I don't like the way it looks because it's beautiful, but I just don't typically do a lot of color work. So I'm not very good at it. But that being said, I was like, let me try it and see how, let me give it a go, basically. So this is my first sock. I have two to show you, but this is my first sock. And you can see that my hearts here are a little bit wonky. I got a little better as the pattern went on because I was practicing different ways to hold the yarn, and like this one especially really bothers me because it's just, you can't really, it's not as defined as the ones down here. I was holding the yarn in my, I was holding one of the strands in my left hand and one of them in my right hand. And I know that you want the dominant color, you want to hold that in your left hand, which is the pink in this case, but that made the white here not stand out very much. I think it was a gauge issue. I think not a gauge, or a tension issue. My tension was way too tight holding the yarn in my left hand. So down here, I just started holding both in my right hand and just alternating what I was doing. I've been talking so long, I had to change the battery. Okay, anyway, like I was saying, it was a tension issue, and so I changed the way I was holding the yarn. I started holding both in my right hand because I'm a whatever, not a flicker but a thrower. And so my tension got so much better when I did that, and you can see it here. This is the second sock, and look at my beautiful hearts on my second sock. They're perfect. So I thought for a moment about ripping it back and redoing this part, but I'm like, no, maybe once I block it, it'll look okay, and it's fine. I'm really not worried about it. They're still pretty. They're a little wonky, but that's okay. I just really love how they're turning out. So I'm using our Sealed with a Kiss colorway, which is our speckled one that we came out with in January. I would love to see how it would look with a self-striping colorway. the pattern, she says start with that and then do the color work and then go back to the self-striping, which would look super cute. And everybody that's done it that way looks adorable. This was the pink mini that came with it. So I used white sands for the background. And this, you just need, like this background color, you just need a few grams of something. So if you have a solid color, like a little bit of scraps or a mini that you can use, that would be perfect for that. I used white sands and then I used the pink mini for the hearts. And I love it. So I'm kind of going back and forth. After I started this one and then I got through the heel, I was like, oh, I really want to try the color work again while it was like fresh in my mind what I was doing that was working. So I stopped this one and started this one. And I got through the heel and then I picked this one back up again. So I'm kind of going back and forth with them. Look how pretty they are though. I love them. And I actually made, normally I would wear a size medium, but I made the size large because of the color work. I thought I would go up a size because I know that sometimes color work can, you know, be a little bit snug at times. So that was the other thing that I did, that I don't normally make a size large. I almost thought about going back down to a size medium for the foot, but I'm already still doing the size large, so it's fine. I'll just leave them this way. I just really love how they turned out. These are the Reflected Love socks from Kay Jones, and this is a patron exclusive pattern. She has so many different patron exclusive patterns that I'm so excited to make. All right, so that is the first. Here's the yarn. This colorway is so pretty. I love how it's turning out. Do you guys remember when we first came out with this, how I said it has the white background, but it's going to give you that pink hue overall in the fabric? And it totally did exactly that when I was knitting with it. Like you can see the white background, but it looks pink. I don't know if that's showing up overall. They're very pink. Okay, and then the other thing that I am working on is a hat. I don't know where I found this pattern, or I don't know if I saw it online or something, but it's actually a free pattern. It's called the Peachy Tea Hat from Debbie Ford. This is what it looks like. The Peachy Tea Hat. And it's a free pattern. You use one skein of fingering weight yarn, and you hold that double with either a mohair or a suri. So you're holding those together throughout. Or she says you could use, if you didn't want to do that, you could use one skein of a sport weight yarn. And then I'm using a US 2.5, which is a 3mm needle. I am using that needle. And the yarn that I'm using is, well, first of all, I have it in this adorable 3x bag. I don't remember if we had this bag in the shop, but it's one that I love. It's been a while. We probably did have it in the shop a long time ago. All right, so the yarn I'm using is, I'm holding, the fingering weight yarn I'm holding is White Sands. And the lace weight yarn that I'm holding with it is our Mum's the Word colorway on our Venice base, which is our mohair. And this is so soft, and we actually have some of this in the shop. I'm pretty sure this is the only base we have left in the shop, and it's so soft. So our mohair is 64% kid mohair, and 36% silk. It's 50 grams, 459 yards. So I'm holding these double. And I had no idea what it would look like held double, because I know, you know, depending on your main color, it can change everything. Now, I want to show you, before I show you this, our Mum's the Word colorway. This is what the swatch looks like for our Mum's the Word colorway. Now, obviously this is on our Sanibel base, but that just gives you an idea what this colorway would look like by itself. But on the mohair, held double with a lighter color, it completely changes the look. So here is where I'm at so far. Look how pretty that is. So you do, this is a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away. So you do about 4 inches of ribbing, 2x2 ribbing, to make the brim, because you're going to fold the brim like so. And then you do about 1 inch or so of just plain stockinette, and then you start this beautiful lace work section. There's I think three repeats of this section, so and I've done 2, so I have 1 more repeat to do, and it's so pretty. I really love how it looks completely different when you hold it double, and it's also on a different base. So on the mohair base, it's always going to be a little bit lighter, and I'm holding it double with a very light yarn. So it's just so cool to see the difference. So this color work section is very simple. It's knits and purls. It's knit 2 together, slip knit. It's very basic stitches, but it makes such a pretty lace section. So I'll do 1 more repeat of this section, and then I'll start the decreases. I'm very happy with this so far. I'm enjoying it, and it's so soft. I have this really pretty butterfly. We'll have these back in the shop for spring. That butterfly progress keeper. So that's the Peachy, what did I call it? Peachy tea? Peachy tea hat. That's what it looks like. Oh, and then I'll put a pom-pom on top. I'm not sure. I might make my own pom-pom out of this. I'm not sure yet. Or find something really light and fluffy to use as the pom-pom. All right, those are my 2 works in progress that I have to show you. I have been working on other things like my crochet jelly roll blanket, but I'll show you that next time when I have a little bit more progress on that. When we were at the Sunkissed Fiber Festival, we got to meet so many fun dyers and makers that came from all over the country to vend at this. It was so amazing. We got to meet Rick from Whimzee Stitches, and we all purchased one of his project bags, and this is the one that I picked. Isn't it so pretty? When I saw this, I was like, I know, I have to have it. Rick's such a sweet guy, and he's so funny. We all clicked with him so well. That's the inside. I think because this was purple, that was like, okay, it's fake, because purple's my favorite color. And I've been wanting a crochet, like some type of greeny stripe or greeny square bag. I've seen this print. So many people have been using this type of print, and his was just perfect. So Becky and my mom also got one. I'll have to show theirs next time because I forgot to grab theirs from them, but it's such a nice size. And here is his. it's Whimzee Stitches Designs. And there is his information. His website is whimzeestitches.com. So go check him out. I know he's just came out with like a really cute project bag that has, I think it's Valentine's inspired. It has like pink and coffees and little drinks. It's really cute. I saw it on Instagram the other day. So that was my purchase from the Fiber Festival. I know my mom got some yarn from Casey Knits. She was actually right across from us in the booth, right across the little walkway, and she was so fun to be around. She's such a sweetie. I've actually made one of her patterns before. She's a designer and a yarn dyer. And it was just a lot of fun. The line on Saturday morning, it was Saturday and Sunday, the line was out the door to get in on Saturday morning, like all the way into the parking lot. And we were just blown away by the response. Like, it was standing room only on Saturday. It was so crazy. I didn't even get a chance to really do a lot of video, like of the actual festival. I took video from before and a little bit throughout, but it was so exciting to see so many people in Florida that wanted to just their love for crafting and making, knitting, and so many crocheters were there. It was such a joy to meet all of you. So many of you came up and said hello to us and that you were so excited that we were there. And I got to meet so many of you that watched the podcast. So thank you for coming up and saying hello. And for letting me get to know you a little bit. It was really, really nice to see you all. The whole experience was really fun. We're going to do it again next year. I told Becky we have a lot more time this time to plan a whole year instead of just 6 months. As far as my future projects go, I had told myself I wasn't going to cast on anything new, and then those Valentine socks came up, and then that hat. I don't even know why that hat was like I've been wanting to use that yarn, and so I found the perfect project for it. So it was just kind of meant to be. But I am wanting to slowly work through my whips and kind of get those done, because I have some lingering things from last year that I would like to finish. So I'm going to be working on those. And I mean, I don't really have any like future plans immediately, other than I've been thinking about, because it's been very cold, not this week because it has warmed up quite a bit into the 70s here in Florida, but between basically the last month, it has been very cold here in Florida for us. I mean, it's been like, we've had some freezing temperatures, especially overnight. It's just been, like I said, for Florida, it's been very, very, a very cold few weeks. So it's been nice because I've been using all of my knits, my gloves and my hats and my shawls and everything. But it made me start thinking that because I've been using this a lot lately, which this is a pattern from Casapinka. I think this one is either that she has two of them like this, and I've made both. So this is either the Magical Thinking Poncho or the All Points South. She has two of them, and I can't remember which one this one is, so I'm sorry about that, but those are the names of the two that I know that I've made. I want to say this is the All Points South, but I can't remember. Anyway, I made this a couple of years ago, and it's basically like a cowl, but also like you can bunch it up around your neck if you want to, but you can also pull it down over your shoulders and make it like a true, I think it's one size, but you can also make it like a true, over the shoulders, almost like a true poncho type of thing. And I've been using this a lot lately. But I just thought how nice it would be to have one that's fingering weight. And I just thought how nice it would be to have one that's in DK weight. And I don't know if she has one in DK weight, but I thought, well, why can't I just not, I'll just make this pattern and use DK weight yarn. And then it would be even bigger. And because I was just thinking it would be nice to have something to throw on that wasn't so snug. I like that it's snug, but I also think it would be nice to have something that I could wear like over a jacket or over, you know, the heavier things that I have on, because this, like, if I tried to put this on over a jacket, it was too snug. So long story short, I'm thinking about making one of these in DK weight. So the only thing I would probably change is the needle size. I would definitely change the needle size, but I think I'd keep all the numbers the same on it. I have to go back and look at the pattern because I don't know if there were different sizes for this. I don't remember. I made this quite a while ago. It was really nice to sit down and chat with you guys again and kind of catch up with you. I have not felt very good this week at all. So today's the first day that I've actually felt like I had enough energy to do anything, which I'm grateful for. So I'm glad I was able to spend a little bit of time with you guys and catch you up on everything that's going on. Please leave me a comment and let me know how you guys are doing and what you're working on and what you think of all the new stuff that's coming to the shop. And I will read those comments and try to respond to you as much as I can. I really enjoy interacting with you guys that way. So now that we don't have quite so much going on with the show, I should be able to have a little bit more time to devote to that because I really enjoy talking to you guys. So remember that tomorrow is Saturday the 14th is the shop update. And I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.